Wow, my computer looks bright. But on a completely other note, welcome. And I think we're cooked. I think we're so freaking cooked, chat. This chapter was really boring. At least to me, it was really boring, but it was just, I don't know. And I might, I've got some points still. I've still got some stuff to talk about. That was a weird noise out of my mouth. I'm sorry. But I think there's something in it. Like although I wouldn't say like the most entertaining thing so far this arc, because I think this is one big arc that's being stretched across the whole like Dandadan mandom sort of thing. But I just can't be motivated for this. And I don't know if it's because I suspect it might be because of Sakata, and I think that his hardship isn't that captivating, especially when we have someone like Okarun who's kind of gone through a similar thing without making the whole like, hey, this guy is not the thinnest person in the world, and he's kind of a running gag because of his like issues with talking to women or talking to just anyone, to be honest. I don't know. I I think I also get it. And I'll get into that as well, where they were able to figure it out. Like by they I mean Team Sakata and Okayon. Um, after some bickering, but again, like there was some more bickering in this chapter, but that's what we get for like being up to date and not wanting to be spoiled. I mean, if it wasn't for me being up to date, like, I might have been like spoiled on Kouki or Exomorph, Endomorph suit woman, like that kind of thing, right? So I guess if you grab like a physical volume, like I'm sure like, oh, actually like this is popping off, right? And I've read a similar manga where they handle fights like this, so I'll allow it. I think it's literally just because we're handling this on a week to week basis. But Sakata does eventually come to the rescue after that bickering, and I think we start to see the bond between them two, which is pretty wholesome because I think Okarun kind of comes from a similar set of circumstances. I mean, there's the trope that um, Sakata himself has, right? That I discussed earlier, but Okarun kind of fits a very similar glove. Um, I don't know if it was always Hase that was like picking on them, but it is quite fitting that Hase was the one in that example that we saw this chapter. And I think we just like I think we're starting to get Sakata more. And I think the crew will start to, at least with Okarun. I find that the way Okarun connects with characters in this series amazing. I think Momo as well. I think it's important that when you see Momo and Okarun are like the selling points of this series. You can argue Aira as much as I want to argue Aira, but they're not. Like like it's not Aira, it's not Gigi, it's Momo and Okarun. And the way that they're able to inspire and get the best out of their friends and like not inspire like I'm gonna write a book and do a 4K walk in 4 a.m. cold showers. Like leading them to like a better life. Part of it is just through friendship because I think having those kinds of friends very, very young and when you're still in your puberty years, you're still growing, I think that shapes your world, right? So it all comes back to that. And I think Okarun is showing that level of like empathy with Sakata, which is really brilliant. Um, Again, I think this chapter was quite boring because I think we've seen this before, but maybe I'll like come to like it. There's without going into it too much, Chainsaw Man recently had um, an arc that I'd say was not very entertaining, but the byproduct of what happens from these arcs are really satisfying. And as long as you look through it through this lens, you might be able to feel something different about it, like retrospectively. And you're like, actually, that wasn't too bad. But for the time being, it was pretty bad. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think just seeing everyone's development is great. Wanted to see more Rin. We got Rin. Everybody's gonna fight their own fight. Are we probably gonna see some sort of Momo Zuma thing? Yeah, probably. I don't know if that's gonna be immediately after this chapter, or like if there is like some kind of formula to like predicting what's happening next, but I guess we'll see. But on this note, I don't know. Why am I trying to outro this shit? What?